Hello, galaxy of learned intellectuals, scholars, friends, and dear blooming students. Good morning to all of you. This is Suresh Bharadwaj with the topic communication, top tip for effective communication. Now, under this topic, some of the top tips have been given here. So let us discuss these tips for our effective communication, dear. Listen to English music. Music in English through the medium of English. So try to listen to the music through the medium of English. Try to understand and tone up with that music. Enjoy English movies, TV shows, etc. TV shows. There are so many TV shows, English shows or movies available on YouTube, on Facebook. So now try to enjoy these movies and TV shows, especially by native speakers. Read English newspapers and journals available if your locality in your market, English newspapers or journals available, and get some pieces, some books in English and read. Develop the practice of a reading skill. Develop and at least 1 hour, half an hour. Try to read for half an hour. Try to read speedily, at least 2, 3, 4 pages every day. And during your reading, now try to improve your pronunciation, stress, intonation, etc. on words. Okay, listen to debate, discussion, extemporary speech, poem, recitation, model reading, conversation, interviews, interaction, and try to participate in. These are now especially focusing on power of expression, debate, discussion in between two, among the people, or in between the two, in the classroom, debate, discussion taking place in the classroom, extemporary speech before the public, mass public people, before your whole of the students of your school or college or university. If there is a mob, there is a gathering of people, a public place, at that time you may express your views through a debate, a discussion. Debate in between the two, discussion among many students or participants. You may discuss, you may express your views. Extempore, sudden topic is given to a candidate or participant. Sudden topic, 10 or 20 seconds before topic is given to an individual, and he or she has to express his or her views. Okay, so speech and poem recitation. Poem recitation, try to recite poems. Okay, with very rhythmic flow, try to recite the poems. And model reading by native speakers, model reading by your teacher, by your expert. Model reading, it is given by. Then try to listen to very attentively and copy him. Try to now imitate him. Conversation in between the two, communication is going in between two persons. Interviews going on, to listen to an interview and participate in the interview, mock interview. Interaction among the students, interaction with the teacher, with the tutor, with the expert. Try to interact with your class fellow, classmate, etc. And in this way, try to participate in each and every activity, debate, discussion, extempore speech, etc. Try. Get ready to face the person or participant, other participants very boldly, very without any kind of hesitation. Next point would come to you, and participate in the debate, discussion, extempore speech, etc. I have told you earlier, if a chance comes to you, if you get an opportunity, avail that opportunity. Now try to excel yourself. Get ready, be mentally and moodily prepared to participate in these activities, to excel your power of expression, to make your effective communication. Improving, correcting grammar portions or pronunciation. So reading, if reading, recitation, debate, discussion going on, to listen to these things very attentively, very carefully, and focus on the pronunciation. Focus on the proper use of words, phrases, or sentences. Accordingly, follow that system, and in this way you may develop your effective expression. Enriching vocabulary. Next point comes to you in vocabulary enrichment. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 words, at least 5, 10 words a day. Try to remember by rote, remember by heart. And now next point, dive a very important point or a matter has been given here. Now, inferiority complex, nervousness, and hesitation. These are the things to be driven away from within the realm of your mind. Never hesitate. Hesitation, no, don't get yourself afraid of. Don't be afraid of anything else, of any person. Hesitation, there will be hesitation. If you think of your words, sentences, phrases, or expression may be grammatically correct or incorrect. If there is a sense in your mind, so you will hesitate to express. No, without caring grammatical mistake, now you should move on. You should continue your speech or expression without hesitation. Hesitation generally, there are some factors, some reasons, some points or things which are standing before you as barriers. Hesitation, suppose a participant or other persons, okay, if he or she is stronger than you in his or her expression, stronger, very fast and flow, very fluently, very rhetorically, fluently, he speaks out. If your nervous system falls down, so you won't be able to express before him, before his face. And in this way, you will fall a prey to inferiority complex. So these are top tips to be born in your mind while expressing. Yes, dear, start your day with English. Talk to yourself in English. Copy a native speaker. Learn some tongue twisters. Think in English. Practice is a must. Okay, speaking, talking to expert, English tutor, English teacher, friends, classmates, roommates, colleagues, or co-workers, seniors, juniors. These are the things to be followed, to be used by you, by me. So every day from morning, okay, during day hours, start your writer here says, start your day with English. Talk to yourself. One point very remarkable is here, talk to yourself in English. If suppose you have no any friend, you are at your home, in your study room, so no friend is there, parents of yours, suppose they are unable to speak through the medium of English, that you are left quite alone in your study room. To whom to talk is a serious concern for you. You are quite alone. Talk to yourself. Open your book, a piece of a passage, a poem. Okay, take out. Turn over the page or pages and explain in your own words and sentences. Talk to yourself. Give a deliver dialogue to yourself. Question yourself. Answer, then give answers to your own questions. In this way, become first class talkative to yourself. Here it is called soliloquy. Express soliloquy. While you are in your study room, in your chamber, in your bed room, none is there. So at that time, talk to yourself. Here, now very important point it is. And while talking, and it is suggestion tip given to you. Copy a native speaker. So on YouTube or Facebook, so many speeches extemporary are available. Okay, so how does that native speaker talk? How does he speak out? How does she speak out? Copy him or her. How does he or she speaks out? Copy him or her. Try to follow him. And learn some tongue twisters. Again, next tip has been given here. Tongue twisters. There are, in English, there are so many tongue twisters available. Some are tongue twisters. Words arranged in means a poem in poetic form. Tongue twisters are words of a tongue twister arranged in a very proper way. In a very means you can say with a very rhythmic flow. Words are arranged and very difficult to pronounce very fast. It becomes a tongue twister, becomes very difficult to read out very fast. But by practice, reading many times every day, reading of tongue twisters, enjoying tongue twisters, your tongue, while reading tongue twisters, tongue is twisted. While pronouncing the words, okay, the tongue is twisted. It becomes very tough and difficult to pronounce that particular word or series of words, okay, expression of that poem. Think in English. Practice is a must. Think in English. Some experts say, think in English. It means we are not native speaker. We are learners. We people are learners. Generally 2 or 3 languages we know. So we people, what do we people do? We translate. We translate from Hindi to English, from Telugu to English, from Gujarati to English. I mean, regional language interferes with our English expression. So translation method is applied. But by practice, day by day, if you practice, if you labor hard, it would become very easier than. Okay, so here writer says, tip says, think in English. Practice is must. If there is regular practice, daily practice, it would become very easier to express your views through the medium of English very fast, very fluently. Speaking or talking to expert English teacher or tutor or friends, your classmates, roommates, colleagues, or co-workers, seniors or juniors available. Either in your classroom, present in your classroom, present in your hostel, in your office, in your chamber, in your locality, in your marketplace, or anywhere else. Try to speak to persons or individuals or individuals, without any kind of hesitation, without any kind of fear or fret. Yes, dear. Next top tip. Don't worry about making mistakes because you will make mistakes as a learner. Be patient, be hopeful, be confident. Learn certain phrases to be used in multiple situations. Learn how to greet someone properly. Restrict yourself to simple sentences unless you gain confidence. Okay, dear. Now, these are the tips given here to you to follow, to use in your communication, in writing, in speaking, generally, especially in writing and speaking. These are the tips to be followed, to be used, to be practiced by students, by learners. Writer here says, don't worry about making mistakes because you will make mistakes as a learner. Since we are learners, you are learner, right? So as a learner, since a learner you are, so it is but natural to commit mistakes. Natural, it is very natural for second language learner, for second language learner. English, we know we are English in India, it is second language all over country. So we are learner. We may commit mistakes. We may make mistakes in our communication, in our writing, in our speaking. So don't worry. Don't worry. Don't be afraid of committing mistakes. Since we are learner, so mistakes would be corrected later on. Correction would be made later on. And be confident, be hopeful and patient. Take patience. Be hopeful. Be very optimistic. Don't get yourself disparaged. Don't become hopeless while communicating with others. Okay, confidence level of yours should be raised up to higher and higher level. Confidence, don't lose your confidence. Confidence level needs to be raised. Level of confidence needs to be raised up to higher and higher level. Certain phrases, writer here says, suggestion here it is to you, for you, to use some phrases or words or sentences which are very common in multiple situations. So try to use and learn those phrases, how to use in different sentences, and while communicating or talking to other person, speaking to other person. Now first it is you to welcome him, warm welcome, warm regards to be given to him by you. Okay, wishing and welcome, regards, respect to your means listener should be given by you to him. And now, very important point, this is here, restrict yourself to simple sentences. Restrict, to say, you should use simple words, simple phrases or sentences, clauses, etc. Simple sentences should be used by you unless you gain confidence. If your confidence, your level becomes very higher and higher, goes up to higher and higher level, at that time very confidently, very boldly, you may express your views. Unless you get a higher level of confidence, you should use simple words, phrases or sentences while communicating with others. Okay, next tips. Watch out for your pronunciation. Carefully observe how proficient speakers of the language pronounce words and frame sentences. And ask your friends, relatives to point out your mistakes and correct them. Okay, speak to them in English only. Practice as a must. Talk slowly, carefully. Don't rush through your sentences. These are further tips to you to use, to follow, to practice in your daily practical life. while communicating with other. Pronunciation, especially pronunciation by native speaker, pronunciation word sentences to be pronounced by native speakers or expert or your tutor or your teacher. So listen to him or her very attentively, copy him out, imitate him as he or she, native speaker or expert, does or pronounces as he pronounces. Try to pronounce. Okay, and by regular practice, you may get mastery over pronunciation, etc. Next, how proficient speakers are like proficient speakers, native speakers, experts, tutor, a teacher. How does he or she do? How does he or she pronounce particular words and sentences? So listen to him or her very carefully. And next suggestion, so frame sentences. Accordingly, we or you should frame sentences while communicating with others. And now it is better to have some of your friends or relatives around you. Speak out and tell him, ask him to point out. Ask him to point out your mistakes in your grammatically. Now he would check and would correct. Ask your relatives or friends, okay, to point your mistakes in your communication, in your writing, in your speaking. So he would point out and he would correct your communication writing skill, writing or composition or expression would be corrected by him or her. Speak in English. Here is now speak in English, talk in English. So kya it is now? Speak to them in English. In English, talk to him in English. Think in English. It means you would do all the activities in English. Walk in English, laugh in English, talk in English, speak in English. You may do everything in English. It doesn't mean to follow as the English do or does. So it is a practice. Practice is only option to this. Practice more and more, and then now you will become fluent speaker or a writer. Okay, and talk slowly, carefully. Don't rush through your sentences. Next tip given by suggestion. Okay, talk to your listener, very communicator, to your counterpart communicator, very slowly. Don't rush through sentences. Okay? Don't rush. Don't run behind sentences. I mean to say, okay, if you talk very fast, very fluently, so mistakes may be committed, may be made by you. By regular practice, now you may become effective speaker, communicator. Okay. Top tip. Record yourself reading an article aloud every day. Read at least one article of your choice aloud every day. Keep a pocket dictionary handy for any word you may need to know the meaning of that particular word. Handy dictionary handy. And next, when you hear a new word, okay, try to find its uses and its synonyms and antonyms. What does it mean? Let us discuss now. Record. You are reading an article published in newspaper or article published in a magazine. to read aloud, not silently, but read it that article very loudly. Read that article aloud. And every day, right here it is said, every day you should read that article, any other article, okay, every day of your choice, read an article every day. And record your reading. Record your reading that particular article every day. Later on, now hear or listen to your own reading. Try to point out your grammatical mistakes. You may improve your communication in this way by regular practice. Next, keep pocket dictionary handy for any word. You may need to know the meaning of that particular word. Handy dictionary. It is suggested, you are suggested to have a pocket dictionary every time. When any word now comes to you, you hear of any new word, so try to look up that particular word in your dictionary. And now here, next, when you hear a new word, so if you have pocket dictionary, you may look up any new word, and you would know the meaning. And further he says, writer says, or it is suggestion to you, okay, new word, learn at least one new word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as per your ability now, and then try to find the uses of that particular word, and find its antonyms and synonyms. In this way, dear, these are common top tips for you to follow, okay, to improve, to make your effective communication in writing and in speaking too. Okay, dear, wish you all the best and brightest. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.